In 2008, my small painting business was about 4 years old. We relied heavily on new construction, specifically resident. But going into the Great Recession of 2008, we experienced a lot of trouble. Luckily, we were diversified enough to where we could survive. We had enough commercial work that helped sustain us through the housing crisis. I had seen a lot of people experience success and lose it. What I mean by that, there was a lot of people who would get successful, they'd get a lot of jobs, make some money, and then they would spend their money like it was never gonna end. Although I was optimistic in our success, I also was smart enough to be able to plan and save money and not live beyond my means. Here are some insights on how we survived the Great Recession of 2008. One problem that companies run into is they don't diversify. And a lot of companies or individuals, once they start experiencing a little bit of success, they will start investing in real estate and other things like that. I don't necessarily consider that diversification. It's more of a distraction. Real diversification, a better way of protecting your business is building moats around your business. That doesn't mean go and start a different business, because if you're gonna manage real estate and you're gonna do that at scale, that's a whole nother business. In my opinion, it would be better to focus your attention on protecting your business and doing things that will help it fight through recessions or down markets or other things that may disrupt your specific business. Going into 2008, our main focus was new construction. Luckily, we were already diversifying into commercial, which helped in the Great Recession, but it didn't totally insulate us. There were still problems in the commercial market. Luckily, we stayed away from residential commercial, meaning multifamily, condos, things like that, that were heavily impacted in 2008. So we had enough diversification to be able to survive. It dramatically affected our business, but we were able to survive and come out the other side. To offset some of our losses, I worked really long hours. I worked weekends. I did everything I could to keep cash flow going while still working on the business. Unfortunately, we had just built a brand new home, and right before we closed on the home, interest rates shot through the roof, which almost doubled our mortgage payment, which was not ideal because our business was also suffering as well. But we were able to fight through that and come out the other side. Luckily, there were some programs that came up a year or so later, and we were able to refinance, bringing our payment down. But overall, it was a very tough experience. Here are a few things that we did to help us get through the 2008 financial crisis. We minimized expenses. This also meant laying off my mother-in-law, who was one of our estimators. We also explored new opportunities. This meant that we went into more commercial projects, schools, hospitals, different things that weren't affected by the housing market, utilizing downtime. So I started doing things myself rather than paying other individuals. And that may be a little counterintuitive, but things that needed to be done, but I didn't really have the extra money to pay for, I just worked longer hours. So then I could do those things. That meant that I could take more money home and I didn't have to pay that money out.
Hey, just a quick pause. As you know, we don't sell anything, but if you want to support us or you enjoy our content, please subscribe or share it with a friend.
Restructuring our business. We realized that we were paying too much to our hourly employees and started going to a subcontractor model. This greatly reduced our overhead. This increased our bottom line. Therefore, we were able to do more things and be more profitable. This short video doesn't go into all the details in the emotional struggles that I went through during 2008, fighting through this really difficult time. As Alex Hormozy says, there's no silver bullets, there's just golden BBs. And it means that there's just hundreds of little things that we can do to overcome difficult things or to be successful. I found that I just had to do the boring and basic things. I just had to rinse and repeat, keep doing the same thing over and over again to keep building upon the success that I had, and then I knew the opportunities would come on the other side of this down market. What I also found is when a lot of people were stressed out, going out of business, there was gonna be new opportunities. And we found some of those opportunities and we were able to take advantage of some of those opportunities. Once we got to Colorado, we were able to take the things that we learned in this down market and apply it to a new business, helped us accelerate even quicker, and we were able to be more profitable than we ever were in our first business. Here are the basic things that really saved us in 2008. We were aware of what was going on. We had control of our finances, and we lived conservative. We didn't have a lot of debt, and so we were able to do hard things without the fear of our finances. We didn't have car payments. The only payment we had was our home. And so when you're in those difficult situations, what we found is that because we didn't overextend ourselves in certain areas, that we were able to navigate this difficult time with more ease. It was still very taxing. Couple things that really helped us. We were able to put additional money down on our home that helped with our monthly mortgage payment. Now, in retrospect, there's different ways you could approach that, but that's what we did. We also were able to buy a rental property after the recession for cash. And then when we sold it to come to Colorado, we doubled our money on that. And so there were good moves that we were able to make after the recession that helped us be more successful today. And so I would encourage you to look forward, even in those hard times, and plan, minimize your expenses. A lot of times when we get into hard situations, we just keep going thinking that the domino is finally gonna tip and we're gonna have financial breakthrough on the other side. But really what you need to do is draw back your expenses, not in a scared way, but recognize that there's gonna be opportunities on the other side of this difficulty and prepare yourself to be able to execute on those opportunities. Fear paralyzes, but if you dare to dream, you will find new opportunities. Ride the waves of success in business, and then when it's time to go back out, dive through the waves to find new opportunities. When your spirit breaks, so will your dreams.